Hello, my friend. Welcome to live chat. It is in our time, Easter Sunday, also the last day of Passover. And typically I take this day off. But I had so much I wanted to share with you, and I haven't seen you in a while, and I didn't want to take off another week of live chat. So we're just going to hang out for an hour. I've pushed the schedule a little bit, and we're going to be good. Everything is fine. And we're going to chat about what's happening in the beauty space right now because there's a lot of stuff going on. And as you know, I don't like just being a talking head. I don't like just it being my opinion. I like to know what you all think about the things that are happening. So that's what we do here in live chat. It's all about sharing ideas, bouncing things off of each other, and bringing our thinking to the next level. So we are going to be chatting live about the things that happened in What's Up in Makeup today. So if you have not watched that yet, I will give quick summaries of the topics that we're going to be talking about, but definitely you're going to be at an advantage if you've already seen What's Up in Makeup from today. If you're watching this on the replay, you, of course, can also participate in the comment section down below, and I will link the show down below as well once this has all processed and rendered. So before we get started, let's go ahead. Fluff my hair. Before we get started, I do want to quickly say hello to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness because we have lots to talk about today. People that jumped in first. Hello to Aaron. Good morning in Miami. I bet it is very lovely there today. It's nice day here too. Teresa, hello, my lovely moderator, Teresa. Hello, welcome to live chat. Happy Easter. Hope you all are doing well. Spring is finally here in North Dakota. Yay, so happy for you and everybody else in North Dakota, everybody else that lives in cold climates. I'm happy it's getting a little bit warmer. Yeah, I was trying to think. Anyway, ADHD for a second. And hello to Flory and Steph and Audra. If you were able to make it, I told everybody, I was like, you don't have to come if you don't want to because it's Easter. So yeah, but thank you, Teresa, for being here. And anybody else that was able to make it, thank you so much for being here. Daniel, hello. Good morning, old friend. Good to see you. Hi, Steph. Steph says, good morning again from Saskatchewan. That was the first time I ever went to Canada. I went to Saskatchewan. So I think was it Saskatchewan? No, maybe not. Wait, I think I'm getting it confused. Maybe it wasn't Saskatchewan. It was a longer name like that, though. Darn, because I don't think it was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think that's what it was. I'll have to think on that. I didn't get much sleep last night because I was up late editing and then I was doing all the Easter things. So I was up till like about 2:30, 2:45, and then I had my alarm set for 8:30. So I didn't get the best sleep. I woke up a couple times, so I'm a little bit mentally off. So bear with me. Donnelly, good morning to you. I hope that you are well. Thank you for all of your comments recently. I appreciate you all. You always leave lots of comments. What am I talking about? But thank you for all your comments and engagement. I genuinely appreciate it. Ginger, good morning. Good morning to Miss Lavender. Good to see you. Good morning. Hope you all are doing well. I missed a few live chats because oh my gosh. Because I lost my husband a few weeks ago due to a chronic illness. Miss Lavender, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm like sitting here all bright and bubbly because I knew I hadn't seen you in a little while. And I was happy to see. I'm so sorry. I am sending you so much love. Oh my gosh. Just know that I will be thinking about you. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I don't want to give you too much attention because sometimes that can be awkward, but just know I'll be thinking about you. Sending you so much love. Glam by Shan, good morning to you. It's been a minute since I've been able to join live chat. Happy to spend the morning with you. Oh, hello. So good to see you. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. I have to look at the profile pictures sometimes. I'm still recovering from that news. Oh my gosh. Pam, good morning to you. So good to see you. Mallory, good morning to you. And Tish, my friend, so good to see you. I haven't talked to you in a while. We need to catch up. That's on me. It's my turn. Pam, if you celebrate, happy Easter. Happy Easter to everybody. Becca, good morning to you. Mel, happy midnight from Australia. Thanks for staying up late. Hi, Nikki. I just finished today's video. I'm so happy you were able to finish it. That's great. Wonderful. And Alex, good morning to you. Happy Easter. All right. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. All right. I'm still recovering. That's just horrible. Okay. So let's talk POV beauty. and what's going on over there. Um, so I had a conversation with my husband this morning about shipping times versus processing times and all of that. And I think that like there were things when I filmed that I didn't have the perspective on that he shared with me. So basically what happened was with POV Beauty by Michaela is they launch in I think it was March 26th, I believe was the launch day. And then some people paid for expedited shipping, which was a 2-day shipping, right? So 2 days go by and they don't have their product. They're like 2 days go by and nothing, they haven't gotten a shipping notification. And basically now after ordering on March 26th, they find out that they're not getting their product till April 21st. So the expedited shipping didn't really do anything for them. And one thing John was explaining to me that I don't think I had my head wrapped around that I want to mention is that expedited shipping, usually when you choose that has to do with your postal preferences. So what do you want the post office to do when they get your stuff? Like it doesn't have to do, it's not the processing time. The problem is that was not communicated on the checkout page or in the description of the products or beforehand. Like that could have easily been communicated beforehand that it's going to take for everybody. The processing time is going to be 2 weeks or whatever it may be. It just seems like the communication was poor. And POV Beauty even admitted to in an email that they want to do better with their communication. And this is the thing. Michaela, yes, this is her first brand, but the people that are behind this brand, this is not their first brand. They are professionals in the space. She's got a really great team behind her. And I don't know how this happened because it was very clear that this was going to sell out. So evaluating this process, I feel like, and I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't know. Like maybe there's things that I don't know, but I feel like this could have very easily been avoided with just a little bit more preparation, like and anticipating a sellout. Like you've got to know it's going to sell out. So how are we going to handle that? How are we? One thing that's good, the website doesn't seem to have crashed, so that's really good. At least they had that sorted out ahead of time because that's happened in the past. I remember when Jaclyn Hill launched, what was it? I forget what it was. One of her things. It wasn't Jaclyn Cosmetics. It was either Cozy or Jaclyn Roxanne. The website crashed, and I think it was because a bunch of people sent bots. If I remember the situation correctly, that there was people that overran her website at launch with like hundreds of thousands of bots or whatever. I don't know how all this tech works, but basically they crashed her website and she was online like freaking out because there were so many people on her website. But it turned out it was somebody messing with her, which is really messed up. To be clear, that's really messed up to like, I don't care who it is. Well, maybe some people, but Jaclyn's not, even though I'm not a fan of Jaclyn, she's not the worst of the worst of the worst. There's definitely worse people out there. But yeah, so she thought at the time that she was responsible for it when really she wasn't. So my point is that no matter how much preparation, sometimes things go wrong, right? As far as the crashing of the website. But Michaela's website did not crash, which is great. But the thing she could have anticipated, she didn't. Like she had to have known how long is it going to take for my warehouse to process this? This is not, I'm sure it's not a brand new warehouse. I'm sure they know how long it takes for them to process stuff. So it's like, I don't get how this happened as far as not being clear about when the stuff was going to ship. And for the average consumer, probably a lot of people don't care because, you get it when you get it and maybe you just wanted to try it or whatever. But for people that are trying to review it for their social media, it does matter to them. And as somebody that was reviewing cosmetics for many, 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 many years, it really matters how fast you get that product. So, especially because she's sending out PR, people that don't get PR, it could make a big difference for people. So I don't know. I think that it was really irresponsible to not have better communication from the jump. But again, like I said in the main show, is this the end of the world? Is this the worst thing that could ever happen? No. The worst thing that could happen is when you take somebody's money and then you don't ship the products at all. But that seems like that's going to be fine. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Pam says, regardless, it launched on March 26th. Many won't get it until a month later. That's insane. Yeah, and just communicating that ahead of time. Call it a pre-order. Say that nobody's getting their products until the 21st, and then if things can ship out early, they ship out early. It just seems kind of willy-nilly who's getting their stuff early and who's having to wait. It doesn't I guess they're probably going in the queue, right? If you're talking about standard shipping, it's not like they're going through and handpicking who's getting stuff first. It's probably whoever got in there first. And the clip that I showed, the woman, Jillian, who was I featured in What's Up in Makeup, she said she checked out at like 7 minutes after, which to me is late. Like, if you're not checking out within the first 3 minutes, you're gonna be later in the queue. So that's probably what happened. And my, like, lack of understanding of like, the expedited shipping, how that means probably what the post office is gonna do, not what Michaela's team is gonna do, that kinda messed with the way that I reported on it. So, if she's in that later queue, I mean, she's gonna be earlier, but she's definitely not first if you're 7 minutes in. Right? So that probably impacted things quite a bit. Angie says, I mean, like, seriously, how do they not know that this would sell out? Michaela's so popular right now. It doesn't make sense. As our Arsenio Hall would say, things that make you go, hmm. I think someone else said that too. That's so funny. That's been a minute since I've thought about that. Okay. Hi, Shan. Shan says, I don't know how they either didn't have enough stock or oversold on the website without knowing the impact the influencer is selling product. I think that they have, this is my opinion. I think they have the product or else it wouldn't be shipping on the 21st. I think they have the product. I think that it's just that processing time that whoever is doing the distribution can't go fast enough because we don't know how many units they sold. They could have sold 100,000 of each unit. Or not probably not 100,000 of each unit. That's a lot. 10,000 of each unit. I mean, I'm sure they sold out. I'm trying to remember how many Jacqueline had of each that she sold out of her lipsticks of each shade. I can't remember because we did know those quantity numbers, but I'm keep comparing her to Jacqueline because it's so easy to do that. Yeah, I think that they had enough stock. I think it's just the time at the warehouse to actually physically pack the orders is taking because there were just so many orders that came in, but they should have known how many they had. And one thing they could do is just the thing is, and I've said this in What's Up in Makeup when we were talking about the tariffs, the most important thing, especially with smaller brands, is communication. That's the most important thing. The beauty space, we're pretty understanding overall when things go wrong. We just need to know. Just tell us, right? So even if she was like, okay, so we're going to do a pre-order, there's going to be a certain amount available. We're going to get those out and then we're going to do an actual launch because we know there's going to be a lot ordered and we want to make sure that our distribution center has enough time to get everything out in a timely way and we want to make sure that you get what you want. So just know that the first launch on the 26th is going to be limited, right? It's going to be limited, but 1 week after that or 2 weeks after that, we're going to open up a whole nother group of products, right? So that's another option they could have done. Just say, we want to make sure that you get the stuff in a timely manner. So we're going to open up a certain amount, but if you don't get it, don't worry. In 2 weeks, we're going to have more because we have them we just want to make sure we can space out the distribution time. Like we have them all. It's not like it's a restock. It's not a restock. It's just we want to give our center enough time to ship things out so you can get things in a timely manner so we can make sure that the people who initially order it get it within a reasonable amount of time. Space it out. I think people would have understood that if they had just explained that. Like, just communicate. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just tell the truth. Oh my gosh. It's kind of ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, hi, Michael. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Michael says, I don't know how anyone expected this launch to go smoothly considering Michaela's history. Happy Easter from Baltimore. I forgot that you're in Baltimore. Happy Easter, neighbor. Yeah, I mean, the thing is Michaela's not running this brand though. She's got this like group of people that are supposed to know what they're doing. Michaela is like Patrick Starr. Patrick Starr is the founder and he is the face of One Size. He's not running that brand. He is participating in meetings, talking about product launches. He is doing the social media stuff. He is doing the promoting. He's posing for photo shoots. He is not placing order quantities and talking to manufacturing facilities and figuring out where the packaging is coming from. Like, he's not doing any of that. Michaela's not doing any of that. She has her team that's doing that for her, which is wonderful in my opinion. I don't know how people like Laura and Manny and Marlena and people that started their brands on their own with their own money, I don't know how they did that, to be honest. Like, I don't get it. Like, honestly, it's so much work. Like, I started that little marshmallow company that I ran for 2 years, and that was a very, very small business. And keeping up with all the operations with no employees was hard. And keeping up with my YouTube job too, because these people all had their own jobs too. Like, they're all doing their social media and they're running a whole brand with employees and distribution centers and all this stuff. Like, I don't know how they did that, to be honest. Like, so much admiration for anybody that launches without a team, right? Like, I know Manny had his parents, but I don't get it. I don't know how they did that. It's wild. But anyway, I had higher expectations. My point is, Michael, I had higher expectations because I trusted this team knew what they were doing. If it was all up to Michaela, that'd be one thing. Then of course it's not going to go smoothly because it would be impossible, because how is she supposed to know all those things? But the team should have known, in my opinion. The team should have known. Sin says, would Patrick Starr be flattered or offended with that comparison? I don't know. Probably. I don't know if he would care, honestly. Like, I think he would just be like, yeah, you know. But anyway, so that's kind of what I want to talk about that piece. Lori says I didn't order it. I asked Michael Spieler, who was in the rollout, if I loved my skincare, and she said no. Oh, Michelle Spieler. I don't know Michelle Spieler. If you love your skincare, then don't buy anything new. There's no reason to buy new skincare if you love your skincare. Like, there's no reason. Like, the reason why a lot of people are buying Michaela's stuff is because they want to try it. And she is marketing it in a way where it's not just straight skincare. It's not like she's marketing it as just like a regular skincare line. It's supposed to be makeup prep, which I think is smart to try to stand out by doing something a little bit different. But in the end, a lot of it is either primers or, I mean, it's primers and moisturizers is what it comes down to. So is it anything really different? No. If you look at it and say, okay, what does this product do? What do I have that does the same thing? Do I like the thing I already have? The answer is yes. There's no point in buying new things. You know what I mean? I think we get in this mindset of overconsumption, of collecting, of wanting to try things, which there's nothing wrong with, but it's not a must-have. If I was reviewing products, though, I darn right I would have bought every single piece and tried it. I would have been on there buying it, but I'm not reviewing products anymore, really. So, especially skincare, because that takes a while to review, and you'd be able to review some of the stuff to see if your makeup lasts longer, like on that end. But as far as like long-term anything, and this is the thing about skincare too, is there's so many factors into reviewing skincare as far as whether it works or not. The best skincare to review is if people have acne, or if they have rosacea, or if they have dry skin. If there is a visible problem, not problem, I don't like calling it a problem. If there is a visible thing going on with your skin that this skincare is supposed to help with, then that's easy to do, right? But for somebody with normal skin like me, it's very difficult to review skincare, because really all I'm looking for is like anti-aging stuff. But that stuff takes a long time. And the thing about anti-aging stuff too is that as you're testing the anti-aging stuff, you're aging. So if you actually flatline and just don't change, then that's actually doing something, right? Because shouldn't you be aging? Shouldn't things start getting, like, the wrinkles start getting deeper? Like, if I'm reviewing the same skincare line for a year, I should look older at the end of the year. But if I look the same, then that stuff's doing a good job, right? So skincare reviewing is really, really difficult. And unless it's something that, like, I have acne, I try it, and now I don't have acne. That's very easy to show. But a lot of the stuff, like especially anti-aging, it's like, how do you even really and truly review that? It's very difficult. It's very difficult. So yeah. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with Michaela's line. The second part I wanted to talk about, which I think is the juiciest part, in my opinion, is that Jacqueline sent Michaela a PR box. Why does she still? I wonder how many of these PR boxes Jacqueline still has. A PR box from the original Jacqueline Cosmetics lipstick line. I wonder how many she has still. I mean, she's got a huge house. There's plenty of space for it. But how many of these does she have, these giant PR boxes? And that she sent one to Michaela, and Michaela's putting it on her lips, which it's her lips. To be fair, it's her lips. She's a full-grown adult. If she wants to put expired, possibly contaminated lipsticks on her lips, that is on her. Like, she can totally do that. I would not do that. But she could do that, and that would be fine. That's up to her. Take the risks. You're an adult. I found that to be a little bit gross. But this is the thing. This is what I think is happening. This is my prediction, and I'm going on record. This is a prediction. I have no evidence. It is a prediction. Okay. Jacqueline and Michaela are collabing on lipsticks. Jacqueline and Michaela are going to relaunch, again, prediction, relaunch Jacqueline's lipstick line through POV Beauty. It's going to have different packaging. It's going to be a similar price point, but it's going to be as close to the exact same as the Jacqueline Cosmetics lipsticks that they can get. That's my prediction. And it will be brilliant. And they will make so much money. And because of the tariffs, I think that they're going to launch with, as long as the tariffs are still in place, I think they're going to launch with about half of the shades. Because she launched with a lot of shades. I think they're going to launch with about half. And then expand to do the rest. They'll pick and choose based on, the popularity of the different shades. They'll pick and choose which ones to launch, and then they'll expand eventually and do the rest of it. That's my prediction. That is absolutely, in my opinion, in my brain, that is absolutely happening right now. It may take a year or 2 years, but it's happening. Because the money to be made in that concept, they're going to make so much money. Because this is the thing, and I learned this when I did my collaboration with Ofra. What chemists can do when you're formulating a product is they can take a product that already exists, as long as they have that ingredient list and as long as they have the physical product, they can try to recreate it. They can make the exact shade. They can make a very similar formula. It's not going to be exactly the same because they don't know the quantities of each individual ingredient. So they're going to have to play with the quantities. They're going to have to use what they already know about making a product to remake this lipstick, because there's no reason why they can't. Jacqueline Cosmetics is out of business. She's separated from them completely. This would be the ultimate FU to Morphe and to Forma Brands. And I'm actually kind of living for it. Like, I'm actually kind of living for it. I think watch. So it is currently April of 2025. I would say by summer of 2026, these lipsticks are going to exist. By summer 2026 at the latest. Maybe it's possible if they pull a Jacqueline Cosmetics, we'll have them by holiday 2025. I don't think it's going to happen that fast, though. I don't think it's going to happen that fast, because I think Jacqueline learned a lesson on that about rushing things. Yeah. Helen says, but who owns the formula, though? Does Morphe own them? Forma would own the formula, but another lab could look at the ingredient list and try to copy it. So it wouldn't be exactly the same, but it could be similar, and Jacqueline could approve it, which, to Jacqueline's credit, when she's given that opportunity to approve a formula, she does a very, very good job. That's how the Jacqueline Cosmetics Morphe eyeshadow palette turned out so good, was because Jacqueline was approving each and every formula for each and every eyeshadow. That's why that was so good, and why it sucked when Morphe changed the formula, because they didn't have Jacqueline's input at that point. Jacqueline is very good when she has input into a formulation. She can knock it out of the park. So I think that's what's going to happen. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be similar, in my opinion. Oh, there you go. Okay, so Kirsten says, what should we wager that won't hurt us? Okay, we should have a bet. I don't know. I'll have to think on that. Y'all think on it. Let me know what we should bet. If I'm right or if I'm wrong. Like a dare almost. Something like that. So that's kind of that's where I'm at. That's what I think. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. If they don't do that, it's not smart. It's it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. All right. So that is the first topic I wanted to talk about. I also wanted to talk about the AI generated images from that ad. Oh my gosh, wild. We showed an ad of an influencer who I found out used to be married to a guy that was on, is it Big Bang Theory? I don't know, but their age difference is wild, just as a side note. But anyway, they got divorced and he ended up paying her $5 million, something. I don't know. I just was looking for her and I found that information. Where was, okay, now I can't remember. I forget. I don't even remember what her name is. Lauren something. Let me see if I can find her. Hold on, because now I feel bad. Lauren, no. What was her name? I don't even know what her name was. What the heck was her name? uh, I can't remember. But anyway, if I figure it out, I'll figure it out. But anyway, my point is that the company took her, I'm ADHDing over here. The company took her image and made an AI image in order to market their products. And this is something that has been happening in photo form for a very long time. Like I remember sending Tati DMs way back in the day when I saw something on Facebook and it was somebody using her image with a similar product and using her image to sell that product. And then her lawyer got in touch and got it down and all of that stuff. So this has been happening with photos for a really long time, but the AI generated images really freak me out. And there are people in the comment section. Ariel Lauren, thank you so much. That's why I was getting it wrong. Okay. Let me see. Where was it? Okay. Okay. Chuck Lorre says 2.5 Men creator Chuck Lorre settles divorce and agrees to pay ex Ariel $5 million. I thought he was an actor. This is so off topic. Big Bang Theory creator. Okay, so he's the creator of the shows. So he wasn't on Big Bang Theory, but he created 2.5 Men and Big Bang Theory. That's who the dude is. All right. Now I feel better. Thank you, because that was messing with my head. Oh, and he did Dharma and Greg too. Oh, wow. Those are good shows. That's wow. Okay. Anyway, so it really freaks me out because if you go over there now, over to the page that she was talking about, there is a Sophia Nygaard is over there. I think it was Sophia trying one of the products, which obviously it's not going to be her. I think it was Sophia, but there's a bunch of videos over there where they're using influencers, and I don't know if they're AI generated or not. I'm not as good at spotting it. I know some people in my comment section were talking about how they're really good at spotting AI and they don't understand how people can't see it. But I do think that it's something that some people, their eyes are just better trained on it. I don't know if it's a generational thing where people that have watched more social media over their lives, maybe people that are younger are better able to spot it. But I feel like if I had seen that Ariel Lore ad, I would have thought it was her. I wouldn't have even thought twice about it. Like now looking at it, yeah, I can see it, but like I can't see AI the way some people do. So that really freaks me out. And like even my mom, like she sent me a text message a couple days ago and was like, "Hey, I bought these vitamins. What do you think?" And I looked at it and there were so many red flags for this. And one of the things that was a red flag was that there were so many positive comments, like 100 comments talking about how amazing these vitamins were. And they all sounded robotic. Like they were all different, but because I've seen on my YouTube channel that sometimes there'll be like a comment where it says something like, so and so, I have had trouble with my skin, but I talked to Dr. Maria and Dr. Maria helped me. And then there'll be like 20 comments underneath from different accounts. Oh, that's so amazing. How do I get in touch with Dr. Maria? Well, and then someone different will respond, well, you just go to the website, soandso.com. And someone says, oh, thank you. And another person says, yeah, I totally agree. Dr. Maria helped me with my skin. Like it's clearly fake, right? So my mom hadn't seen that the way that I've seen it. So she didn't recognize that red flag. So she ended up getting a refund on it and everything's fine. She ordered it through Amazon. So she was able to very easily get a refund on it. But my point in saying that is that it's very easy if you don't know the patterns, if you haven't seen the patterns, to believe things that are fake. And I think that it's dangerous um, to automatically shame somebody for not seeing those red flags and to help people to learn about those red flags that may not automatically see them, because I don't think that everybody does see them. And it's important to get out there all of the red flags that we might see and to make sure we're constantly sharing those for people that may not know all of those things, because it's going to be really easy to be scammed the more we get into the future and the AI does get better. So Stacey says that she doesn't think it's generational at all. Loved Again Dolls Tennessee says, I find myself questioning everything I see, which I think is really smart. Absterlicious says, Jen, can you make a playlist of all your videos about Jacqueline's lipstick lies in order? Oh gosh, I don't even know how to do that. You know what? Maybe that could be my next deep dive but see, this is the thing. Everybody gives me crap about how much I talk about Jacqueline, which I do. It's a fair criticism. But like just breaking that down in order, because I'm looking for another thing to do a deep dive on. I'm about to take a break to tell you what's on my face really quickly. Um, I was going to do John Cookian, who was a drama channel back in the day, and it's a wild story. But I went back and watched some of Margot Indigo's breakdowns back in the day about him. He was a drama channel, very handsome, very charismatic, very silly, but also an absolutely evil monster. And I don't say that lightly. He was an evil, evil man. And it's he masked it so well by this smile, being charismatic, being good looking, like honestly, like horrible, horrible, horrible human being. Did horrible, horrible things. And I forgot some of the things he had done. The things he did to Peter Mon were terrible. Just a bunch of people. He lied a lot. And really like lied about horrible things and spread rumors that could ruin somebody. And they were absolute lies. And I realized I just don't want to bring that back up again, because it is, I don't want to bring back people's trauma like that, because they didn't ask to be put in that situation. And I just feel really awkward about it. Like, it's not tea. It's not like, it just gave me the icks, and I'm not going to do it. Even though like even just rewatching Margot's videos were making me uncomfortable. I was like, I can't do that. So my point in saying all of that is that this may be an idea for my next deep dive, to just go through it from beginning to end about the lipstick debacle and like how that all played out. Like just the story of Jacqueline Cosmetics. That could be it. Behind the controversy, the truth about like what really happened with Jacqueline Cosmetics, and just go through it. Because I have everything. I don't know. It might be misfiled on my computer, but I have all the things. So it would just be a matter of organizing, which would take a while, but I know the story. So just, that might be a good idea. So you'll have to tell me whether you all like that idea or not. All right. Yeah, I'm not doing John Cookie. It's not going to happen. But I know Jacqueline has been done so many times, but putting that story in order, I don't know. Yeah, the cookie and cosmetics part was actually really funny, which is where I was going with it when I initially thought the idea. But it's too deep. It's too scary. It's too awful. It's really bad. It's so bad. If you do want to know that story, though, go over to Margot Indigo was her name. Sort her videos by most popular, and you'll find the whole story if you want to know. So yeah. Yeah, let me know. Do we if we don't want, like, I can totally feel the criticism of me doing a Jacqueline deep dive on what happened with the lipsticks because I have talked about it to death, but I think there might be some value in organizing it. Oh, that's a good idea, Mary. Two-faced. I could. That's actually a pretty good idea. That's actually a really good idea. That's a good idea. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Let me think on it. I'll think on it. Let me think on it. And also I want to get the feedback from you all. So, okay, let's talk about very quickly what's on my face today. So on my eyes today, I started setting it up with this little, this is PR. Let me see if there's anything here that's not PR. Yeah, everything here is PR. The Sigma Caramel Apple palette, this cutie little palette. So I use these two shades, the shade Buttery and the shade Salted Caramel. And then I feel like I could have applied it a little better. This is from Carla Cosmetics. This is the shade Daydream. This is what's on my outer corner. It is real cute. Let me swatch it for you because I do feel like I lost a little bit of the magic when I blended it. Check this out. So it's got this like red to like bronzy shift. It's really cool. Oh, that's not a good swatch. That was my fault. Hold on, let me see if I can get more because it's in this. I don't like the packaging. The packaging is not easy to use. Okay, here, let me see if I can get a better swatch. So that's still not great. But this is the packaging and also my fault. Okay, let's see if I can see now. It's like all blended. Hold on a minute. I don't want to tap out anymore. I will though, just a little bit. And my fingernails are getting in the way. Let's see if I can get, there we go. That's what I wanted to show you. Check that out. Isn't that cool? So it's like this red, bronze, gold. But the more you blend it, the more it gets a little muddy. So that's what you're seeing on the outer corner, is it getting a little bit muddy from blending it. But it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I don't want to take away from it. These are super expensive if I remember right, but they're very beautiful. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. I really don't like this packaging. It is messy. Okay. Yes, Liberty Lane Fry. I have tried Nakia Joy Cosmetics Chroma Shift Loose Pigments. They're fabulous. The ones I have are very light, but I do really like those. All right. On my lips today, this broke. I'm very upset. I don't know what shade this is because it's not on the packaging, but this is from the ColourPop Twilight collection. And I went like this and I opened it and the whole lipstick fell out. And I was like, girl, really? So this is my life with my new favorite lipstick that I've been wearing all the time. And I'm not happy about it. So there you go. I did take it with me on vacation, so it's possible that it got heated somehow when it was in my luggage. I don't know. It got thrown, shaken around. But I've never had this happen with a lipstick before, even ColourPop lipstick. So I don't know what's going on with that. And then for my mascara today, I just wanted to tell you my combo. So I use the Essence Lash Princess in the volume one, and then the new ribbon wrapped mascara from Too Faced. I'm actually really loving this mascara. It's very buildable, very, very nice. Oh, and then my cheeks today is the Milk makeup. This is from Milk. I think it's the shade Sunny. The little jelly one. It's so cute. It's really cute. It's fun to use too because it's a little different. I like it. Oh, thank you so much, Alexandra. Alexandra likes my t-shirt. Okay, so apparently Alana says this one is called Bella, Where the Hell Have You Been, Loca? It was part of a set of a lip liner and a lipstick. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Creators and friends, Catherine. I was not invited to Destin, which I had told Samantha. I had said that if she wanted to invite other people, that I would not be upset, that I've gone to every single creators and friends events. And I know that there are a lot of people that want to go, and I don't want to constantly fill a space. I want other people to have the opportunity to go. So just so she knew that I was okay if she didn't invite me. So I was not invited to Destin. I was invited to the next one after that, which is in New York. It's in Catskills. So I am going to the one in Catskills, but I'm not going to the one in Destin. So that's a thing. Donnelly says, John Kay was the first channel I watched and I found him hilarious. He was charismatic and charming. Yes, he was. And then the shift went left. So I stopped watching, and then stories from other channels, and I'm glad I stopped. The stories that Margot tells about that man with receipts. Margot is so good. Like, I don't think I watched Margot back then. I did meet Margot once and she was lovely. But I didn't realize like how journalistic Margot was. She hasn't uploaded in like 5 years. Like, the camera quality is not great. However, she is amazing. And her receipts are amazing. Fantastic. Hello, my love. My son's coming down. Hi. All right. So anyway, last thing I wanted to talk about, last topic I wanted to talk about was the tariffs. And if you don't want to talk about tariffs, thank you so much for joining live chat. We'll see you in the next one. Like I always say, I'm always trying not to get passionately political, but I am extremely passionately political, especially right now. So it's really hard for me not to. So I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth, to be honest. So was Margot controversial herself? I can't remember. Not that I remember. Not that I remember. Margot in her videos, she's very hard on Rich in those videos. So she's definitely wasn't a fan of him during that period of time. I don't know if she is now, but back then she was very hard on Rich. And Rich, I have a very strange relationship with Rich in that I don't agree with a lot of things that Rich does, a lot of the way Rich presents himself at all. But Rich and I are acquaintances. We're business acquaintances. We help each other with stuff. And I just want to be very transparent. I always want to tell you. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Rich has done that I think is absolutely terrible. But he helps him with stuff, and I help him with stuff. And you know, if I need background on something, he helps me. And if he needs background on something, he'll ask me. So, you know, I just want to be 100% transparent. All right, let's talk tariffs. I am so nervous about the tariffs as far as how that's going to impact people. There are so many things right now that are impacting people, all the people losing their jobs. Like I can't even imagine what the unemployment numbers are going to look like when they come out. All of the people that have lost their jobs, all of the programs that are being shut down. And what kills me is that it's happening because they're saying that it's waste, fraud, and abuse. And they're shutting down entire branches of the Department of Education. Like it boggles my mind that this is actually our reality. Like I can believe it, but also like how can they be this stupid, in my opinion? Like I don't like, and I think what it comes down to is that it's all about power. Like when Trump said about the tariffs that companies are coming to him, kissing his ass and begging him to please, Mr. Trump, please, Mr. Trump. That's what this is about, is holding another country by the throat and saying, I can ruin you if you don't do X, Y, and Z. That's what this is about, in my opinion. The reason why countries are coming to him like that is because they actually care about their people and they actually care about what this could do to their countries. It's not because they want to do that. It's like so I saw someone compare him to a squirrel with a handgun. And it's like, of course you're going to be like, no, squirrel, don't shoot me, right? Like if somebody's standing there and threatening you with ruining your country, of course you're going to say, please don't do that, right? But it's about the power and the control and the feeling of having another country by the, you know what? That's what this is about, in my opinion. And he doesn't care who he hurts. He does not care. And what kills me is these small brands are really going to struggle. It's going to be really hard because we have built our trade on being able to work together, on being able to buy from each other. That's the way we've always been. And to just drop this on companies, a lot of companies are going to go out of business. And what happens then to the people who own the business, to all those employees? There's going to be such an unemployment crisis because there just aren't going to be jobs because all these businesses are going to close down. Where are they going to go work? It's absolutely wild to me. Hi, Marlboro. So proud of Jen for being so open about this administration. I don't feel so alone and depressed. It's really upsetting to me. And right now, I feel like, as far as me personally, like I haven't felt any impacts of anything personally. Like if I look at my life is pretty much exactly the same as it was in January. My life is the exact same. However, I can see all these things happening to other people. And I know that eventually this is going to impact me. So if you don't think this is going to impact you, like if there's people watching this is going to impact every single American, every American. Like I'm thinking as far as influencers, right? If brands start not being able to they have to cut their budgets. They're going to cut their advertising budgets. So that means I could lose my sponsorships, which is a major part of my income. They also may not be able to invest in ads on YouTube, which would then cut my income from AdSense. So this could financially impact me eventually once brands start working out their ads. And that's just me personally. Then along with that, you think about the cost of goods going up because they have to pay for the stuff somehow. They have to pay for these tariffs somehow. So everything's going to be more expensive. And even Trump has said that it's going to be a painful time. But we have to, go through it in order to get to the other side of it. And my question is, and this is something I genuinely don't understand, is where is the money? Where has he said where the money is going to go once he collects all this money from the tariffs? I have heard from left-wing media that the idea is that the money will then go to tax cuts for billionaires, that it's basically going to go into the pockets of the wealthiest Americans. I don't know if Trump has said that. That's what I have heard. But I like to be transparent about that. I don't know if that's real or not. But I don't know if he said specifically, where is this money going to go from these tariffs? Where is this money going to go from all these jobs he's cutting in the federal government? I mean, this is trillions of dollars, most likely. At least many, 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 many billions of dollars. So I'm just so confused. Like, how is this going to, in the end, help American people? Like, I had heard about that Elon Musk was talking about giving every American $5,000. Like, that's really, honestly, like, giving people money is great, fine. But how did that work out after the pandemic? All the prices went up. It increased inflation. Economists said that was going to happen. That when you gave people money, that it was going to increase inflation, and that's exactly what happened. So I don't, and also, if we get that extra $5,000, that's going to just help us pay for the increased prices that they've caused. Like, exactly, Aaron, what is the end game on this? Oh, hyperinflation. Oh, absolutely. Aaron, what is the end game? What's the win with the tariffs? When will they stop because they were successful? Exactly. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. So when it comes to beauty brands, it breaks my heart to see people like Melissa Butler, who I put in the thumbnail, who owns the Lip Bar. Melissa Butler is amazing. I've been watching her as a person and the content that she puts out about the Lip Bar for many years. She is fabulous. And to see people like her who have worked so hard to grow something, to have something like this happen that feels so arbitrary, it feels so pointless. it really upsets me, and Leah, and all of these brand owners that are like, and the people at Fantasy Cosmetica and all these other brands that they've worked so hard. And to have it just be this arbitrary thing that seems like it has no points. That's the thing is like if it felt like it had a point, we saw the end game, then that would be one thing. But it just feels so stupid. You know what I mean? It just feels so stupid. And causing pain for no reason. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Jade says it wasn't the checks that caused inflation. It was the company's price gouging. Yes. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I'm not an economist. I'm a mom in my basement. I don't know about this stuff. So I could be completely wrong here. In my opinion, the price gouging happened because companies thought that people had more money. So they did the price gouging. And I think inflation was going to happen no matter what, to be fair. But I don't think that helped. I feel like the price gouging happened because companies thought Americans had more money to spend, and they did, and they were spending it on things. When they got that check, they went out and they bought things that they had always wanted. You know what I mean? Some people paid bills, of course, and some people, did things. But like as somebody that struggled, right? I think I've told this story before. When I was in college, I was living off ramen noodles and love. Like I was paycheck to paycheck, barely paying my bills. Like the grocery, like counting every dollar. And when I was a newlywed, same thing, every dollar. So when I was in college, I got $1,000 tip one night. It was in a money wrap, right? I freaked out. $1,000 tip. I gave it to my boss and I said, I am scared that this is not actually mine. I'm scared they're going to come back for it. I'm scared something's going to happen. Can you put this in the safe for a week and see if they come back, because this does not feel real. We put it in the safe for a week. I got the money. And you know what I did with it? I spent it. I spent every penny. Did I save it? No, I didn't save it. I lived like a wealthy human for about 4 days. I bought a really nice pair of jeans. I took a bunch of people out to a fancy Spanish dinner at a Spanish restaurant, like Spain Spanish restaurant in Baltimore City. We went to this, it was like $500, $600 bill. Like I spent most of it on this dinner for people that I worked with. The hostess that sat them, the cook that made the food, the manager that was on duty that night. Like that's how I spent it. There were like 4 or 5, I think it was like 5 of us went out to dinner. I spent that money because I wanted to have that feeling of having money. And then I didn't have any more. And I think that's a very common human thing to do. My point in telling that story is I think that's a very common human thing to do when people come into money. When you think about people who win the lottery, people who become famous very quickly, a lot of people spend it like they have an unlimited amount because there's been such a pain of not having for so long that you just want to lessen that pain for a little while. And you want to have that freedom and that it's the short game instead of the long game, but it's very, very human and very common. So my point is when we got those stimulus checks, a lot of people made that choice. And I don't shame people for it. But I don't think in the long run it helps anybody to just give people money. I think that it's about improving things for the long game rather than a short pulse. Improving people's lives for the long run instead of just for a short period of time. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. So, all right. Jenny says the end game for him is to make all businesses that import to the USA implant themselves in the USA. That's years and years of work. Plus there aren't enough resources. Yes. I do think that thank you for sharing that because I have heard that. Make all businesses import to the USA. Yeah. And to create, I saw an interview with somebody and they were talking about Nintendo Switches and they were saying what it would cost to create Nintendo Switches, the new ones here in the USA. If we wanted to do that, just make them all US made. And they said it would be billions of dollars and 5 to 6 years in order to have all the parts and the way to put them together and all the technology and everything that goes into making one of those. But for what? For what? It's like, how about we just pick some industries that we're good at and we just make them better? How about that? How about we invest in businesses that are already here so we can make them better? And then pick certain industries, be like, okay, like the CHIPS Act, like we want to make the microchips for electronics. Let's invest in that. Let's invest in the infrastructure to make chips. That'd be amazing. But this is just wild to think that we can do all of the things. We can't do all of the things because the other thing is you need trained professionals that can do all of those things, right? So how are we gonna, like, we need people that are highly skilled to do some of this stuff. We don't just need like a manufacturing workforce. We also need the highly skilled people that are trained in the really hard stuff that I'll never understand. Where are we going to get these people? Oh no, they all supposedly figure they all probably already have jobs right now. So it's like, well, maybe not. Maybe they worked for the government. Who knows? Merch that says I'm just a mom in my basement. Oh my goodness. Would anybody wear that though? Like if you're not a mom in your basement, like, I don't know. Are there enough moms in their basements? Yeah, Solar says the USA literally does not have the resources to create the tech, and he's unintentionally, possibly, I don't know, evil intentions, LOL, targeting with the tariffs. Yeah. Yeah, is it Peter Navarro, the guy that this is all his idea? And again, I just heard this somewhere. So please fact check this and just know. But I heard that Peter Navarro is the one that this is all his idea, and that when he was pitching this, like he had written something and like quoted some professional or whatever and said, this doctor, whoever knows this and this and that. And that the doctor that he quoted, the person that was like the professional that came up with this idea, wasn't even a real person. I think I heard that on Rachel Maddow. But anyway, basically this is all the idea of one man. And he's pitched this to Trump for years. So I'm so nervous for these beauty brands, these smaller beauty brands. I'm so nervous for them because they, it's their lives. They've put their whole lives into these companies. It's so freaking sad. It's so sad. Hi, Anna. Anna says, read on the news that LVMH has a plant in Texas, been in operation 2 years or so, but so far it's been a bust because the products made there is below standard. Yeah. And that's like Oxygen Development, which is where Jacqueline got her lipsticks from. That was a US made company. I think they're in Florida, if I remember right. But yeah, US made does not mean that it's higher quality. And like with the Fantasy Cosmetica story, this palette, like their formula is really good. It's very good. This was sent in PR. Well, no, I got this at a Creators and Friend event. This was not sent in PR. This is Creators and Friends. But this is fantastic. And how are they going to get this good of quality in the US? Like, it's made in China. China can make good things. I think that's something that a lot of Americans, like, yes, there's crap made in China, but there's crap made in every single country. Like, that's just an individual business. That's not a country. That's an individual business. So yeah, I don't know how they're going to make this in the US. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. So upsetting. But anyway, Tiffany says Peter Navarro made up a professional. His name was Ron Nava. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I see. So that is correct. I just don't want to misrepresent. I want to make sure I'm very clear when I don't fully know or understand something, so you can fact check me and look it up and make sure, because the last thing I want to do is spread any misinformation. Mander says, so many people have lived for so long without any disposable income. We don't know what to do when we get a large amount. Yeah, absolutely. And there isn't education on how to manage money in our school system. Like, I feel like, and this is something that I've talked about for a while, having been a former elementary school teacher, the whole education system needs to be revamped. It is so antiquated and outdated, and just what we're teaching kids and the lack of value in some of the things that we're teaching kids, especially at the higher levels in middle school and high school, it's ridiculous when there's so many things that we could be teaching kids like this. like how to manage money. No, it is not going to be a hard class. Our education system is so focused on everything being hard instead of being valuable. And it's so important to teach kids about how to manage money. Teach them about the stock market, teach them about investments, teach them about how loans work. Like and teach them things of value. And I think that kids overall will be more engaged if they feel like it's of higher value too. So it's frustrating for me. Like I hate it when I feel like the idea, the how to fix it is right there. It's right there. And people aren't doing it. And it's not a hard fix. There's so many things like that. It's so frustrating. And it's like, this is the thing is if I feel like if I was taught that stuff in high school, like, okay, if you come into $1 million, I've never had that happen to me. But if you come into $1 million, what should you do? There should be a month-long lesson on the options of what to do if you get $1 million. How fun would that be for middle school kids to do a unit on what to do with $1 million? Imagine how much money those kids could build in their lives if they had that at the ages of 12, 13 years old, if they had that information. You know what I mean? So anyway, my end game on the tariffs is I think they're stupid, in my opinion. And I think that things are going to get really bad. And I'm scared. And I'm scared for these companies. I'm scared for everybody. I'm scared for myself. I'm scared for everyone of what are we going to be talking about in a month from now? Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I'm really nervous. And I think this is going to be a really wild year in the cosmetic industry. If you want to know more about some of the things that I found about the tariffs, definitely go check out What's Up in Makeup from today. Because I go into like other things that are probably going to happen in the cosmetic space as far as being cosmetic customers. It's going to be a wild ride, and we're in this together, and we'll keep coming to live chat, and we'll keep supporting each other, and we're all going to get through this. It's just how. So, all right, mad love to you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Happy Easter, happy Passover. I know Passover is almost over. Just a heads up on the schedule. I don't have anything planned for like a minute, I think until July. So we're going to have regular, like I know I've taken a lot of like weekends where I've, gone off and done things, but I'm pretty sure I have nothing scheduled, like no trips, nothing scheduled until July. So it's going to be pretty consistent with content for a while. And yeah, no product report this week. What I'm doing with the product report is I'm just doing it sporadically when there's enough information is what it's going to come down to. And this week was a lot of top news segments, an hour long almost. So product report is really, I'm only going to do it when there seems to be something significant to talk about. I never want to create content that is just to create it. And product report is a lot of work. So, and anybody that does a will I buy it or a new product releases video will tell you how much work they are. I've been talking to Tom from Hope Mess Tom about it, and they say the exact same thing. It's like their hardest video that they make is their critical SaaS videos. So, I mean, it's a challenging video to make. So I don't want to make it and then have it just be full of, Too Faced came out with a new mascara. Okay. So what? So I will be putting out product reports, but it's going to be pretty sporadic. I'm going to focus more on top news when that's appropriate. If there is enough, then I'll split it into two pieces. But yeah, that's kind of how that's going. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you haven't checked out my interview with Francesca Ramsey that I did last week, definitely highly recommend that. It didn't get a ton of attention, which is totally fine. But if you didn't see it, and especially if you were interested in like a more political video, definitely recommend watching it because Francesca is brilliant and amazing. And I want more people to hear her voice because she has a lot of good things to share. All right, I'm going to go. Mad love. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Bye.